Oh gosh, what do I have to do here to get connected to them? Never mind, here's the agenda. Where is it? Where is it? This is the agenda. Okay.
Anyway.
Oh, yeah, we're all set.
There won't be any public participation.
I don't know, can we tell?
Oh, or committee members. It's only if you have guests and they can get to talk.
Okay. Now you're all set.
Okay. Welcome, everyone, to the November 1st special meeting of the Human Rights Commission. I am Liza Andrews. I am the chair of the Human Rights Commission, and we'll go around and just do a quick round of introductions.
Hi, Mark France.
Roberta Byron Cole.
Dave Boulay, Sue Dopkins. Jamila, you're next.
Jamila Abrahams.
There you go.
That should
And
be
we
everyone.
have
Then we have Carol.
Carol Lebrecht joining us from the Human Services Department. Carol, thank you for signing on tonight to join us. All right, we have minutes from the last meeting. Did everyone have a chance to take a look at those?
I didn't get the minutes.
Jane, you're muted.
Come, I didn't get the minutes.
Yeah.
Jane,
Liza,
you're
I'm not
taking-
sure I even sent
They sent them
minutes. I
out.
sent
Okay.
the agenda.
Okay,
So
Yeah,
my-
there's no-
My
so
dad
let's, that's okay. So
from
we'll,
a distance.
so we'll skip the approval of the last set of minutes. We did have a quorum at the last meeting, but we'll skip the approval of those and put the approval of last meeting and this meeting for the next meeting. Okay,
Mm.
we're good? Okay. All right, so next up is to just review our planned event for December 1st. Just so to bring people up to speed with where we're at on speakers. So I have confirmed Deb Poulin, who is the executive director of the Connecticut Community Action. It's the Coalition of Community Action Agencies here in Connecticut. So Deb will be joining us to give an overview of basic economic justice, economic empowerment, and poverty issues as they relate to human rights. Then we have Rashida Rattray from Connecticut Fair Housing Center, who will join us to discuss access to affordable housing and housing rights as a human right. I know, Carol, you said that you had spoken with Jason Jakubowski at Connecticut Food Share to join us to talk about food security issues. I did leave a message for the assistant, but I have not heard back yet confirming who specifically will join us.
Okay, when I spoke to her, she had said Jason or his appointee.
Okay.
And would
So,
speak on food insecurity and poverty.
okay. So I can try again, or do you think you could make a phone call?
I can follow up on that. That's fine. You would, yeah.
Yeah, that might be helpful. I left a slightly, I'm calling, but I think you spoke to Carol, type of message. So it might be helpful if you're able to touch base with her.
Not a problem.
Awesome. So I think, as we've discussed, the plan for the event is we have those three speakers to give them each 15 minutes to do their presentation on their kind of piece of the issue. And then open it up to questions from the audience. So, because that would be 45 minutes and this event is planned for an hour and a half. And that's, again, not that we have to go directly from 6:30 to 8 o'clock and we can't let people out of there early. But if the audience is not necessarily chatty, do we want to this evening set up potentially a set of questions, 3 or 4 questions that we could kind of have a panel discussion after their presentations are over.
I like that idea.
Okay.
I agree, yeah.
Okay. So do folks have any questions that they could think of that, they would want to know or want to ask these individuals about these kind of 3 issues we're trying to target: food security, poverty, and housing?
Do you know exactly like what they'll be discussing? Because you don't want to ask a question that's going to be answered already.
Yeah, I mean, I unfortunately don't have their exact presentations, but
Well, not the exact, but specific.
yeah, it's been my conversations with Deb and Rashida were, just general talk about these large issues as a human right issue, and then, follow up with what resources are available to Newington residents. Not that it necessarily those resources have to be right here in Newington, because they may not be, but what's in the greater Hartford area that folks can access.
Well, Sue and I could try to think of something and we can email it to you, Lisa. We'll see if we can come up with some of the general questions for you to put up there, because obviously we're not going to be there. So we'll see if we can come up with some questions. You can just for round robin if you need them,
Mhm.
That would be great.
Would senior housing be included in this?
Yeah, absolutely.
I got questions on why we don't have more available.
Yeah, I think that's an absolutely fair question that Rashida might be able to touch on. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if folks want to think of something, maybe 2 questions, maybe pick one in 2 separate categories, and then we can kind of see what we have from the full group, and just via email, kind of settle on 4 to 5 questions that we can then provide to the 3 panelists in advance. And what I've told Deb and Rashida is that if the audience is chatty and they have questions, and that, sustains a discussion for another like 15-20 minutes, then great. We don't need to do those panel questions. And if it's not, then we'll have those questions on tap and can continue kind of a discussion. Does that make sense?
Yes.
That sounds good. Lisa Maskin said that they would put together like a bibliography and some books as well to display.
Okay, great. And Carol, can you check with Lisa, or if you want to send me her email, I can. But I know I've been to events at the library before, and they've had PowerPoint, so they'll be able to have a PowerPoint, right? Because I know Rashida at the very least will have one.
Yeah, we would just need to know if they're bringing their own computer, which is typical, and then get somebody from the library to set us up technically.
Okay, so I would probably then bring my laptop, because I will want to get all 3, if they're all going to do PowerPoints. I don't know from Deb yet if she is, but that would be another question to ask Food Chair if they're going to do a PowerPoint. So I would want to get all 3 in advance and put them on one thing, so we kind of just move through them as the speakers are going.
Sounds good.
Okay.
How many people are we anticipating to be here?
Do we even know how many people that section of the library holds?
I knew at one point, I want to say it's like 50 to 70.
Okay.
Downstairs?
The
library
community
does
room.
Yeah,
Is it that first room on the right when you walk
Yeah.
in, right?
that's the room?
Yeah,
Because there is
Yeah.
one upstairs too, but that's going to definitely be too small.
Yeah.
no, the downstairs room is what we reserved.
So between 40 and
No.
50?
Well, I think let's manage expectations here. I was aiming for 25 to 30.
Okay,
Okay, but that is dependent on each one of the commissioners here trying to bring in 2 to 3 people, right? Like, we
Oh.
figure that some people in the community are gonna see this. We know Jamela, we're gonna get to your flyer that I have not had a chance to look at yet. Hopefully, Carol said she's gonna post that on the website. Carol, can you post something on social media too?
I just need a flyer.
Yeah, we'll try to put it on like Newington News. But, so hopefully members of the public who none of us are, affiliated with will see it and want to come. But I also think that the commissioners should put out some invites to those, you know, family or friends, colleagues you have who you think might be interested in this conversation.
Good.
So-
We can have Erica from the town crier speak to you and put something out for that too. And
And if we would be able to put it on Facebook?
Yep.
Newington
I think it's-
Strong and whatever the other one is, I forget what the other one is, Happenings in Newington or
We could
something.
end up with over 100 people.
Yeah, well, I mean, the room doesn't hold that many, so.
Well, in the event that we were to have an overflow, do we have a plan B or plan C or something in case we
Well,
were to
that-
have an overflow?
I think that raises the issue of if we think there's that kind of potential to have it be an RSVP and the first however many
Oh, good.
setting it up by auditorium style, we can,
Perfect.
the room will hold. I can,
Should we vote on that as a commission right now? I think we should. You know, I propose to vote as a commission to whether we should RSVP for this event or not RSVP, but I don't know what the.
Yeah, I don't know that we need to vote. I think
We don't-
we can make the decision. I'm fine with RSVPs, but Carol, is your office gonna be able to manage RSVPs? Like, do you have a?
yeah, Lisa would do that. That's not a problem.
So would we be setting up like an email?
A phone number or email for RSVP, yeah.
Okay,
Is the flyer finalized yet?
so I know Jamela was working on it and I was just gonna pop into my email.
Yeah, I sent it, so I would just have to adjust it.
Sorry, Jamila.
No problem. I guess, that's not a biggie. Just have to forward me the information.
I don't know why.
I can text you the main phone number and Lisa Delude, our administrative secretary's email.
And then when you want people to RSVP, right? Or it'd be something else to forward me.
I think it's a good idea to have the RSVP because this way we could limit it to so many people. Otherwise,
Yeah, if we hit the 50-person mark, then we'll just have to cut it off. So RSVP probably 2 day, by the deadline should be, well, maybe that Monday before the event.
Yeah, if we're doing refreshments, just enough time to modify that, what we do for that. So whoever's doing refreshments, if they think Monday is enough time.
I'm doing
Does that give you enough time, Roberta?
Huh?
Does that give you enough time?
the
if we
Monday
do,
before?
The Monday before,
Oh, I got a whole month. I got time.
No,
to
the
do it.
Monday of that week.
a week before.
Oh,
You
yeah,
mean the
but
week
if you're
before?
going out planning right now to get refreshments for 25 to 30 people,
I'm gonna have to
right?
change it.
Right, so you would then have a week where we just have to go and we just have to use the budget, because she's been working on getting donations. So do you wanna update folks on where you're at with donations? And then Carol, if you can
Well,
clarify the budget if we do need to pay for things.
well, Stop and Shop will give us what I want. I mean, I asked for a tray of 30 or whatever, but if I ask for 40 or 50, we have to have a letterhead written by your office giving me permission to verify that I am actually a commissioner and this is going to be a donation to our town.
Not a
And
problem.
then I can present that to them and then they'll give me a gift card. So I'll just scoot on over to the cookie area and I'll tell them the kind of cookies we want and put the tray together and then they can I can give them a date on when I want it. Or when I need it or whatever. I could do it that same day.
So are we
The-
thinking, like cookies and like coffee or beverage
I'm
or?
gonna get decaf and regular coffee at Dunkin' Donuts. I'll see if I can get a donation for that. And then I'll pick up water. I'll do that on my own. I'm donating that. Just the small bottles at the Dollar Tree. And I thought maybe a fruit tray would be good with that too. Fruit, cookies and crackers and cheese. Or just crackers and cheese and cookies, or what? What, you know? What does everybody else think?
Are they gonna be staying around to have to eat? I'm wondering if the fruit would be like too much.
I'm thinking the
It
fruit's
could
gonna
be,
be,
because it could get all mushy and all that too, and then it's gonna be sloppy, and so, you want me to keep it more simple? I'll just get cheese and crackers, and I'll just get the cookies.
I think that would be good, because I like Jamila said. I
That's
think
good enough?
I think the fruit's gonna be a problem, yeah.
Okay, that makes it easier for me. So I'll get the cheese and crackers at, I'm thinking either Stu Leonard's or maybe Lennar's. Not Lennar's, the public market. They always donate to the town, I think. I'll ask them. I'll stop at a few places and see. But when I find out they can, they'll donate, then I'll ask you to give me you can give me a couple of them, or just give me one that no, they might want to keep it.
Photocopy.
Yeah,
Well, you can make copies of it. You can print out more than one copy of it.
Mhm.
I can.
Right, yeah. So, and then Carol, so I think if you get the amount of donations you get, right? And then, but we have more people register perhaps than we expected. And we need to then purchase some additional stuff. What is the budget, Carol? What are we working on?
Oh, we
here?
have 750 for the year, so I don't anticipate we'd use anywhere near that.
Right, we won't.
So whatever we don't get in donations, we certainly can cover from the budget.
Yeah.
It'll just be doing it in enough time to work it through finance.
Oh, and coffee. Don't forget the coffee.
Do you need it worked through prior to the event, or is this like a receipt and reimburse type of situation?
Yeah, I'll check that out. Typically it's a prior, but given the nature of this, it's certainly going to be easier if we can just present a receipt and get reimbursed.
Yeah,
So I'll see if I can get permission to do it that way.
okay. Okay. Jamela, so I am looking at your flyer right now. It looks great. The only thing I would add to this is obviously we'll add the RSVP information that Carol sends. The date would be the Monday before,
Where's the calendar?
which will be
Monday before the first.
November 28th.
Yeah,
Do you want that information now, Jamela? Is that okay?
yeah, because it probably should update it tonight or so, because I would think you would want to send
Get
this
it out.
information out, because now we just have a month left.
Yep. So if you can say RSVP by calling Human Services 860.
One second, let me go get a pen.
Yep.
Carol, do you know when you're gonna be coming back into the office by any chance?
Probably some next week.
Okay, because if you want, I did find the bag that you gave me when you started reservations. And so I do believe in that bag are the extra bookmarks and pencils, I
Oh,
think are in
cool.
there.
Okay.
So do you want those for this event to put out for people if they come?
I think that's nice. What do you guys think?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, so I will try to get them to, I can just put them in your office anyway, or give them to Lisa or give them to Pam, right? To just leave there? It's just
Yeah.
one big, it's just one tote bag. It's not, because you condense it all into one tote bag, so,
Very cool.
okay.
Okay, I'm ready, Carol. 860.
665-8590 or email LDELUDE
1 second. LD. Mm-hmm.
LUDE, so Lisa Delude at newingtonct.gov.
.gov.
Gov.
Yeah, .gov. Yes.
Yep.
I'm going to read it back to you. LDELUDE at newington.gov.
No
No dot?
dot. Newington CT .gov.
.gov, that makes more sense.
Yeah,
So
that's.
just-
no, no
L
dot after Newington.
D-
Newington
No, I
CT, one
know,
word.
yeah, DT.
You got it.
UEDE.
Yep.
If Carol, if I may, I think I picked up a mislettering in Jamella's readback. I have, and correct me if I'm wrong, please, I have L for just LD as in
David,
desk, E as in Edward, L as in lime, U as in uniform, D as in desk. That's where I heard the mislettering, Jamel. I think you said B there, like,
No, I have D.
oh yeah, D, okay. Okay, I just want to make sure.
And
And then
that's-
E as in Edward,
that's a Duluth, isn't it?
Yeah,
yeah.
Delude, oh,
Lisa Dulude.
Delude, DELUDE at Newington CT.gov,
yeah.
You got it.
GOV. Okay,
And I could email this to you also directly, Carol. So, because if you're gonna be the one posting these things,
Yep, that would be great, once it's in
Alright,
its
yeah.
final format.
yeah, can you send me, what's your email?
So C. LeBrecq,
The
Got
same thing.
same format.
Okay,
Jamela, if you want to send it to the full group though, so that we can post it in our own places, like I will get it on Newington News.
okay,
But perhaps some other folks have connections to other, town Facebook pages.
The library did put it in their newsletter, for November.
Perfect. So Jamela, the only other thing I would add to this is in your kind of paragraph description about what's going to be discussed,
okay.
is just to also that they're going to discuss available resources.
Carol,
Yes.
so if the library is gonna put it in their newsletter, I don't even know who, is it Jamie over at the senior center to put it in their newsletter that they have for November?
That's a
Their
good
calendar of
idea.
events?
Yeah, I can ask her. That's an excellent idea.
Okay. Like, I never know whether if it's Terry or Terry or Jamie,
Jamie.
but
Yeah,
And
either one.
What are the hours that we're having this?
It's gonna be advertised from 6:30 to 8.
6:30 to 8.
Those, folks who are able to attend, if we can get there, just around 6 to help set up the refreshments and everything.
Yep.
Carol, as part of the intro, which I will do for the panel, but can I also introduce you? Do you want to talk at all about the Newington Human Services Department?
Yeah, I can do a little blip,
Okay, perfect.
and Pam is the food bank coordinator, so I can, defer to her or do it myself. We'll figure that out.
Okay, great. All right. Does anyone have any other thoughts on the event? Anything we're missing, not planning for?
What time would you like us to be there? Did you mention that? And I didn't, to help with the setup,
Yeah.
etc.
I'm sorry, what did you say, Jamala?
6
What
o'clock.
time would you like us to be
Oh.
there?
At around 6 o'clock, close to 6.
Okay,
If it's a little
all right.
after, I think that's fine. Yeah, I think we'll have plenty of time to set up.
Okay.
The only other thing we had tossed out at one point, and I think we still have time if folks are interested, is if there's any book in particular that speaks to this, we could order some of those, given that we have this budget, or do we have plans to use this budget for other items between now and June 30th?
We have it in the past, and I really like that idea. That'd be nice to have something to like offer them as a takeaway.
I agree. How many
What are they talking
books?
about? can't
I mean,
understand them.
the first book for me that comes to mind, but it's getting old now. I mean, it's gotta be over 10 years old now, is Nickel and Dime. But I'm also wondering, we're putting this event together for December 1. Does this group think we have the wherewithal to do one 6 months later? possibly at the beginning of June.
Well, the wherewithal is good. I think it's gonna be a matter to see how many people come and participate and the feedback we get from the event to find out whether it's worth it or not, or, if it's good, we'll keep going with it,
Yep.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just if I may, I think it'd be a good idea to have a sign-in sheet for people that come into the presentation, just so we can have a database of people to
Sure.
have, to send out emails or
Sure.
advise.
Okay, perfect. Do you want to take on making that
Sure. Yeah,
document? Okay,
absolutely. Yeah,
perfect.
yeah.
And if you make it and then send it to me in advance,
Sure.
or maybe send it to Carol. Carol, do you think you could print a few out to bring?
Sure.
Yeah.
And
So yeah, I
Lisa
like
can
the,
pr-
sorry, go ahead.
and Lisa Delude can print out who she's gotten reservations from too, so we
Yeah,
can
perfect.
cross-reference.
Perfect. So I like the idea of buying books. I'm not sure that I like the idea of spending the full budget with 6 months left in the fiscal year. But I mean, we haven't spent the budget for years. But if we have any momentum here on doing events, I'd love to see, that momentum continue.
So maybe somebody takes on, is there a resource that we could get for half of the budget, $350?
Yep.
I don't know if anybody feels like they could research that.
Some type of book related to economic justice, economic empowerment.
Yeah,
Do any of the presenters have a book that they've written?
I don't know. I don't think so.
no, I don't think so.
No, but
These
they
are
may
more
be-
agency
they-
people.
They actually may have references that they could give her books, ideas anyway,
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let me look into it and see what I can find.
I know the last time we bought it, we did it on, human trafficking or something. I can't remember what the books we did. We donated them to the library. I think it was a human trafficking. I can't remember what the books were we bought.
I think it was.
Or some generally human rights for kids or something. Yeah.
Well, and the library might have input too, as an idea
Yeah.
of something.
Yeah.
So you'll take that, Liza?
Yep. Yep. All right. So any other thoughts on the event?
No, I hope it all goes well. Unfortunately, just the way the scheduling worked for us, but I hope everything works out well. Can't wait to hear about it. Are you gonna put it on a Zoom or no? It's gonna be just a public participation, right?
No. Nope, open to the public. They are welcome to physically join us for this
Okay, there you go.
event.
All right. So
I don't know, James, do you want to come to that too?
Oh, actually, no, I'll be on the road. I won't be able to watch it anyway. We'll be on the road, so.
Start, starting small here, starting small.
But we're starting.
Yeah, we're starting, that's
Are we gonna
the,
have any masking requirements for the event?
that's up to the library, which I'm at, they don't have masking requirements now.
Did you already reserve it?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Carol did, yeah,
Good.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to get that.
yeah. Carol, you're not aware of them having masking requirements right now?
No, I don't anticipate unless obviously there's a change in COVID numbers
Right.
significantly.
Right.
I've attended meetings in the library over the past several months with no mask, because the masks weren't required to be there in that same room, so.
So it's an individual's choice whether they want to wear it or not right now.
Correct.
We'll see what happens.
Yep.
Let's hope it stays that way.
Okay, so Carol, just to recap, you're gonna double check with food share.
Yeah. Mark, you're writing all this down, right?
Yes, copiously.
Okay. I'm trying to think if there's something else for Carol. I can't remember right now.
I
The
think there
whole
was.
group, yeah, I thought there was one other thing. The whole group is going to think of 1 to 2 questions to potentially ask as part of a panel discussion and just email the group. And if we can do that in the next week, so we can kind of, finalize what a list of 4 or 5 questions would be, that would be great. Jamela is gonna finish her updates to the flyer and get that back to Carol, and the full group. So Carol is going to post on the town website and on town social media. And then I will get it on Newington News, and then anyone else who is associated with a town Facebook page or whatever can work to get it posted over there. And then on your personal pages, by all means, please invite your family and friends. You're still working on food. You're working on a sign-in sheet. I think that's it for the event. And I will research potential books that we can order around the $300 mark. All right,
If I have questions, who do I get in touch with?
questions about,
Anything, something comes up, that, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? I can't get this, or I can't, if something comes up.
yeah, so if you wanna ask, you can start with me. And then if it's a budget question, we're gonna turn it over to Carol.
Okay, what's your
It's Liza, Liza
LIZA
.andrews
.andrews,
at yahoo.com.
pardon me,
Yahoo.com.
at yahoo.com. Hope I don't have to get in touch with you, but you never know.
Okay. We're on to the next agenda item. Any reports or updates from any of the members? Seeing none.
Public participation.
We have no public participation. Is that next or is this? That's that, okay.
Oh,
Any other business?
Nope.
Seeing none,
A motion to adjourn?
we have no members
We
of
gotta
the
go
public
through public
either in
public
this room
participation first.
or on Zoom, so no public participation. Okay. And I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Well, Jane made the motion,
Oh.
Mark seconded the motion. We are adjourned at 6:36. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Ladies, have a
Thank
great
you.
holiday season.
Thank you. You too.
Oh, have a good
Bye,
Thanksgiving.
later.
Bye.
We'll see
Feel
you
better,
soon
Carol.
After that.
Thank you.
Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right.